Bubblegum, bubblegum, watermelon, bubblegum.
Mix signals, yeah, 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 yeah. Mix signals, yeah, yeah. Mix signals, yeah, yeah, yeah. Mix signals, yeah, yeah. Mix signals, yeah.
Hey, welcome to Mixed Signals. I'm your host, Cedric Hill. Thank you guys for joining with me again, episode four. For those that know. Um, this episode is about the gray area that I feel like we all in right now. The Bendu, if you're a Star Wars fan, you're not a Jedi, you're not a Sith. It's like we in this, it's not all good, it's not all bad. I feel like that's where we are right now. Like, not rich, not broke, just tired. You know what I mean? Tired. I feel like that's where we are. We're in this weird space. Like since COVID, like we are waiting for the other shoe to fall. You know what I mean? Like feels like we're doing better. On paper, we're doing better. It's like the Denver Nuggets when they had AI and Carmelo Anthony. You was like, ooh, on paper, but didn't really come to fruition the way that we thought it would, right? I mean, nothing is wrong, but nothing is easy either, right? Nothing is wrong, and nothing is easy either. Like something just ain't right, and I can't quite put my finger on it. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we are in survival mode, but what we're surviving, I don't really know. Yeah. It's like I said, it's quite hard to place it and to put into words. And if you have a word or a technical term, definitely feel free to let me know. But I feel like we're just waiting for the other shoe to fall. Like not rich, not broke, just tired. You know what I mean? Like from just mental health, depressions, right? Like recessions, fucking a pandemic, like the world shut down. Like first, Kobe and Gigi died, right? Kobe and Gigi died, and then the fucking world shut down, literally. And it ain't been the same since. People, it's a joke, here, I'm a basketball here. Life ain't been the same since we lost Kobe. Life ain't been the same since we lost Bean. So that's today's mixed signal. I think we're recovering while still trying to be responsible, but never really had that chance to recover. Like we feeling our way around it. You know what I mean? Like, I apologize for rambling because I'm trying to find the words. That's the mixed signal. I don't have the word, but I feel like we're in this place of ambiguity where we don't know which way is up, which way is down, and it's not just political. Like I think some people will lead you to believe. I think it's emotional, spiritual. You know what I mean? I feel like something big is happening, but I can't say what. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody who watched episode 3. Man, we got like 12,000 views. It's crazy. It's mostly shorts and stuff like that, but people are liking the content. Y'all commenting. I'm replying to every comment. Like that's legitimately me, and I apologize that it's not polished or clean. It's not ChatGPT. It's not AI that's answering to those comments. So if you want to engage, definitely leave a comment. I'm open to feedback. I've been learning a lot about myself and about others from the stuff that y'all putting in the comments. So continue to do that for me. Um, but I want to talk about how we've achieved the things that that I've achieved the things that younger Cedric thought he wanted, right? Like, and they're all superficial. This is one thing I realized from my last videos. They're all material things, and material things ain't gonna bring you happiness. I understand that, but I want to point out that that is a place and a space that where I come from, being a young person from the inner city, looking like how I look, Coming from where I come from, we put a lot of emphasis on material things like having the house, having the car, having the clothes. You know what I mean? And I know that that's not the thing. I know that that's not the end all be all, but I've achieved a lot of the things that I felt like younger Cedric would be proud of. Like I could look at my younger self and he'd be like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, and it's not just the physical, the material things, you know? Married, got a spouse, right? Uh, kids. Kids are doing well. I got a daughter in school on a full ride, right? Not taking no credit for that. Thank goodness she got her mama smarts. But, you know, kids are doing well. You know, wife is doing well. Family's doing well for the most part. You know, life happens and things like that. The job is it's there, you know, still have the job. And also grateful for that too. Like I don't want to seem like I'm complaining. I'm grateful, but I should be able to vent and express that I feel like something's afoot. You know, something is up. And I can't quite put my finger on it. It's like my nervous system is telling me something is off. You know what I mean? Like I feel like something's up and I can't quite put my finger on it, you know? Um I got the stability that I was looking for, but the peace that I expected, the joy that I expected, it didn't just automatically come, right? So I've been looking into things like, you know, meditation and mindfulness, and actually wrote a couple of books myself about mindfulness and the power of the mind. I might link them in the description. I don't know if I have enough followers to leave comments or links in the description. But if I do, those books that I wrote will be linked in the description. One of them is the affirmation journal, and it just talks about how the science now backs the support of affirmations and the proof that affirmations do have a positive impact as well as a negative impact. So be careful of what you're saying to yourself and what you're talking to and what you're in and how you're talking to yourself. But the nervous system still feels off, right? Like I don't get to relax until everybody goes to bed, right? And then it's like by the time that happens, tomorrow's here. You know what I mean? Like you go to work, right? I got a regular 9 to 5, etc., 7 to 3, 6 to 2, whatever you were. I got a regular job. I do that. Then I also work from home, and I have a toddler. So on my breaks, I'm not like just, oh, thank goodness, why sitting back on my iPad? Like, I gotta go. I'm greeted with poopy diapers, right? I'm greeted with shit, literally. You know what I mean? Like, or laundry or dishes, some shit like that on my breaks. You know what I mean? So it's not really a break. So work from home, work a regular day. If I take breaks, actually, I forget to take breaks a lot of the time if my wife don't freaking remind me because she also works from home as well. So you go through your whole day. Kids get off of school while I'm still at work. So I'm still at work, could possibly be on a call. Kids are running in the door, snacks, snacks, man, whatever. And after we get them settled, get them snacks, 5 days a week we have practice for somebody, right? So I'm taking somebody to practice, wife's taking somebody to practice. We get home from practice. Practice is about 2 hours. Practice is like 6 to 8. We get home. We have been better about eating a meal, like not fast food, right? Not all the time, right? But we've been better about preparing a meal at home and eating something at home. But it used to be real bad. Like we used to just, oh my God, fast food. Every app, I got all of them. But by the time we get home, 8:30, we bedtime is 8:30, but we ain't getting home until 8:30. Dinner, 8:39. Winding the kids down, like I said, 9:30. They're supposed to be in bed by 9, but it's a fight every day. Dinner's a fight every day. Like, um, get them in bed, let's say 10 o'clock, ideal, perfect scenario, right? 10:30, start to wind down. It's fucking time to do it all over again. We old. I'm fucking tired. We get probably an episode in of a show. You know what I mean? If we can, and that's on top of My wife is a creative. She likes to do nails and art and things like that. I like to do music and this type of type of stuff. So whilst creating the content for that type of things as well, like, but by the time we in the bed, I'm fucking tired. It's time to do it all over again. Alarm goes off 6:30, beep beep, right? Like boom, and then we doing it again. And the weekends ain't no better, honestly. The weekends is probably, for example, this weekend we have Rain has 4 basketball games, Enzo has 2 basketball games, and Rain has 2 birthday parties. One of them being a sleepover. So we're gonna have to get her from the sleepover to take her to a basketball game. Like that's a Saturday. You know what I mean? That's this weekend. And I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. I know you guys are out there. You gotta feel me. You know what I mean? And I don't have the answers. I just feel like I feel guilty for wanting to reprieve, you know what I mean? For wanting to take a break from it all. And not a vacation, you know what I mean? Like a vacation, I'm fucking tired. I'm gonna just be fucking tired somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like I said, especially with these kids, I need a vacation from the vacation by the time I get back. I get back from the vacay and then I take probably another day or two before I go back to work because I need to decompress and recharge. But like, like I don't have the answers, guys. I don't know. But I am here sharing with you guys, hopefully creating a space to where you be like, hey man, I ain't the only one going through this. Because a lot of the time I feel like I'm the only one. And it's conflicting because I feel like I have everything that I have wanted. You know what I mean? And I feel guilty for wanting more. I feel a lot of survivor's guilt, I believe that's the term. Also, because I have homies who, like I said, I'm from the inner city, and I hate to be a statistic or a cliche, but I have people who are in jail, serving life sentences. I have people who are not here, you know what I mean? One way or another. And so then I feel bad about that as well. And then I also have people who are still in the hood. I have people who still live in the same neighborhood we grew up in. Like, and yeah, you know what I mean? I got a lot of feelings. And I'm unpacking them. And I appreciate y'all going on this journey with me as I try to unpack them. Another thing that I want to talk about that nobody really tells you about is, and this is going to sound silly. I realize a lot of this stuff that I'm saying sounds silly as I say it out loud, but I got to say it because I know I'm not the only one. I'm that person in the class where I'm like, hey, I just want to make sure I'm understanding correctly, right? I'm not afraid to ask questions. There's no stupid questions. I'm not afraid to look like a fool, as you guys have already let me know in the comments, and continue to do so. Because like I said, I'm learning and I'm growing. I don't have all the answers. I say that every time. So every time y'all educate me, every time y'all enlighten me, I appreciate it. But one thing I want to talk about is being responsible for other humans. Like, oh my gosh, like these kids. I just talked about like the day working and going to break and then taking care of a kid, kids coming home. I'm still on the phone taking care of kids. And then immediately after that, going to practice or some sort of activity, taking care of kids. Like being responsible for these little human beings and shaping the individuals that they turn into. It is a huge honor and huge responsibility. Like and it's I don't want to say cumbersome, but it's like I feel the weight of it. It feels heavy. Some days more than most, right? Like I talk about my trauma, and in the last video, healing my trauma, I thought would help me raise these kids, and I realized that's not the case because they don't give a fuck up. They wasn't even here for none of that trauma, right? Um, and hoping that I'm not, but also knowing that I probably am creating new trauma, right? You know what I mean? Like helping kids with homework, okay? Like my daughters, and I hate to be this way as well, but my daughters are really good at homework. They're really good at school. They really are. Like, oh my gosh. My oldest daughter, salutatorian, was upset she didn't get the valedictorian, which she should have if it wasn't for attendance. If it wasn't for COVID and getting sick, she probably would have been valedictorian. But that's the type of daughters that I have, Parent teacher conferences yesterday. My middle daughter, the athlete, teacher's like, oh my God, I just wish I had a classroom full of her, like no real constructive feedback, no actionable feedback for her to take and grow with. Like, oh, just give me more reins. And then he asked my son, like, hey, you gonna be in my class when you get in the fifth grade? I was like, I don't know if you want that one, Playboy. I don't think that's the one you want. Two different people. He's like, he got some time. I was like, I hear you. I'm gonna trust your expert opinion as a fifth grade teacher. But I go to Enzo's parent teacher conference, and I bullshit you not. He has to get a behavioral report um, on a daily behavior report on how he's doing, and it's like various sections, like breaks out the day. In the morning he did this, in the afternoon and in recess, and like a lot of it is him being a kid, and I understand that. I know you guys will tear me up in the comments or whatever. A lot of it is him being a kid, but it's extra work for the teacher, right? The teacher who already is teaching first grade with, I want to say 15 to 20 kids in there, which is a challenge in itself. Then to have to do an extra report, and it's a detailed report. Like, she goes into detail of this is what his grade for the day, and this is why he got that particular grade in this particular area. But on top of that, he has to go and talk to like a behavior specialist throughout the day, like 3 times a day. And then she tells me, I'm worried about his academics. I'm like, well, he go and talk to somebody 3 times a day. He's in the first grade. Like, yeah, me too. I get it. And I don't have the solution, not ripping her apart. Like, she's doing the best she can. Like I said, first graders, bunch of kids. But yeah, I don't know. But helping my son with homework. You all see the the gifts to me. Jimmy got 3 apples, right? Like, trying not to be that parent, but also trying not to give him the answer. You know what I mean? Like, we're doing a reading every day, reading a book every day when he gets home from school. His sister reads a book to him, then he reads a book to us. And as he's reading, just trying to help him figure it out on his own. He really does do a good job, but like, I don't know where a kid's supposed to be. I don't know how to, what the rule of thumb is, but he can read. It's just like, he got to sound it out. Sometimes he gets stuck on words and things like that. So now he got to go to somebody in class or during school, during class time for reading, to catch him back up to reading, because he's now behind on reading. And he's in the first grade. Like, oh my God, we just put a label on everything, put everybody in a box. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's been a long time since I was in school, a really long time. And, I wasn't great at it. It wasn't my strong suit. So I can't even really hold him accountable. I was not a model student. I was the class clown. I was always trying to get attention and make people laugh and make people look at me. And then I get mad at him. And then I get mad at him for doing the same thing. Crazy. Something about a thorn in your eye and a tree in another, or something like that. It's biblical. Look it up. But being responsible for these other humans, oh boy, I tell you, it's heavy. Every decision feels like it weighs more. What do we want to eat? What are we doing this weekend? What are your plans? What show do you want to watch? Every decision, bullshit you not, it just feels heavier. You know what I mean? Like, every choice costs energy, for money, or all 3. You know what I mean? Like, everything just feels heavy. And my energy, my effort, and my money is all finite. You know what I mean? Like, it's all... I'm not trying to tap into all of them. It's like when you build a character on a video game, you got to give them some strength, you got to give them some agility, but you can't give them all strength, and they got no agility, no speed. Like, that's how my mental, physical, emotional, money. That's how all of those silos are being tapped right now, and it's a lot. You know what I mean? It just feels heavy. That's the only way I could think of to describe it. Is like a... You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel light. Like, I look at my children and I see the youthful exuberance that they display, and it's just like, oh man, they're just so light and free, and I love it. And I don't want to weigh them down. I don't want to weigh them down. Even my daughter that's in college, like, she's got problems. She's got like real life problems as far as like college being a lot, being on your own, living in the dorms, being away from home, and those are real legit problems, but it's still like light. I wish I had those problems. I wish like youth is wasted on the young is what they say, right? Like I wish I could just my only responsibility was going to school, or like my other daughter playing basketball, trying my hardest. Like, oh man, um, it's a lot. I just feel like everything is and everyone is heavy. And I'm in a leadership position at work to where I have people report to me. Um, and a large portion of my job is, hey, how are you doing? Like before I get into the ask that I need for them to, actually do, I'm checking on them as a person and like, hey, how's it going? How are things? How's the family? How's the kids? How's your mom? And people, not just myself, not just Cedric, not just my family, my clan. People are going through some real life scenarios right now. You know what I mean? Like people are going through some real life things, and just be nice to people. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what they're going through. It's heavy right now. It's heavy for everyone. It's heavy for all of us. We are in a particular climate. We are in uncharted territory. We're in a space where there's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unknown. And if anybody act like they know, I got this from Dave Chappelle special. If anybody act like they know, shut the fuck up, because you do not know. Nobody knows. We have never been here before. We have never been here before, guys. And it is crazy. You know what I mean? I'm grateful. Like I said, I got a lot of good things going for me. I'm in a really good space, but I'm overwhelmed. You know, I'm overwhelmed. Two things can be true. Like Nana says, two things can be true. Last thing I want to touch on before I get out of here is like, just when did life get this serious? Like, when did this happen? I don't remember like a specific age. Like, I'm young, I'm still under 40. Like, I don't remember when life got like this, when we stopped being spontaneous, when everything had to be planned, when fun had to be planned and recovery accounted for. I can't drink. I can't hold my liquor. I do drink. I can't hold my liquor. And I'm a social drinker, and I'm always at the party too long. Oh my God, I'm working on that as well. So I'll throw up. I'm that guy. I'm in your bathroom, Ralph, right? Like or Earl, right? All of the things like that's me. But I now used to could throw up in the bathroom and then be back at the party like, hey. Now I'm like I'm done. I'm like, babe, we gotta go. It's time to go. I'll give her that look like, and it's time to go, right? Like, but fun requires planning, budgeting, recovery. I feel like I'm an athlete, a professional athlete, whenever I go out and do something fun. So I'm sub 40 now, but my birthday's coming up, and I told my wife I want to have a Nerf gun party for my birthday. I don't know if that's really true. I don't know if that's a good idea. If anybody knows or how to execute that, or places that do that type of thing, definitely let me know. But that is, I don't even know if I really want to put a trigger on that, but because there'll be some much needed recovery after that for sure. But like, ultimately, I feel like rest is something that you gotta earn. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta earn rest. Like, after I done been through this triathlon of a day, and I just fall in the bed, and then I can't go to sleep either. That's another thing. Like, I can't just lay in the bed and go to sleep. I gotta like pass out. Some other diagnosis we'll talk about on another day. But funny thing is needing a chair everywhere. Like, when I was older, I used to see those guys shopping with their wives, and they would have chairs, or they would always find a seat somewhere, and I'd be like, man, that sucks. But now I'm that guy. Like, I need a chair everywhere. I see people with them little fold out chairs in they trunk, and I'm like, them people is on to something. You know what I mean? Like, I need a chair everywhere I go, bro. And like I said, vacations, like, I'm just going to be, I'm tired here. I'm just going on vacation to be tired at Disneyland, or tired and wherever I'm going. Like, it's, uh, it's an interesting time, you know. I get excited about cancellations, right? Like I done said, oh, I'm going to such and such's birthday, and I'm like, ah, fuck, is that this weekend? Is that today? Fuck. And they cancel that. I'm like, yes. Taking my shoes off, getting ready to get the fuck out of here. Like, oh my God. I look forward to cancellations, right? Like, and my wife, she cares, like how wives do. Like, oh, we said we're gonna go, we gotta go. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't owe them people nothing. Like, I ain't going. Tell them I ain't going. Tell them Cedric ain't going. And my family know. Like if I show up, it's like a fucking eclipse or a full moon or some shit like that. Like I am almost never there. Like I am, you know, like in my work, I have to be extrovert. Like I have to interact and talk with people. A lot of the times, public speaking, like to groups of people. And so when I'm not at work, when I don't have to do that, shit, I ain't look. I tell you what, I tell you who ain't going and who ain't gonna feel bad about it. Okay, but you know, I don't. Like I said, I'm not rich, not broke. I don't miss being broke, but I miss that lightness. You know, I miss being light. You know what I mean? Like everything is heavy. You know what I mean? And then the guilt that I feel of wanting more. You know, like of wanting something better, and not feeling bad about that. Right? Like I get a new car or something, I'm like, oh, my neighbors probably think blah blah blah, or my family probably think blah blah blah. Like, ain't that why we do this for? Ain't that what we do it for? Like, quit feeling bad. Like, and I'm talking to me. I'm talking to you, but I'm talking to me, right? Because I'm the person who feels this way, and I need to just quit feeling that guilt of wanting more. Even though I feel like I have more than other people. Like I said, I'm not in a bad situation, but I am not. Something still feels off, and I still want that freedom. You know, I still want financial freedom. I still have to go to work. Like I said, I still want the liberty, the options to choose my choices for me, you know? And I don't feel bad about that. I do feel bad about that. I shouldn't feel bad about that, right? And neither should you. Like that's something that we gotta work on. That's human nature to grow and to want more. Like, be grateful for what you got, be grateful for what you have, for your lot, but also know that there's more out there, right? Life can be abundant, right? Like the grass don't struggle to grow. You know what I mean? Like, trust me, I know it's about to be fucking springtime and I gotta mow this grass. Oh my goodness. So not excited about that. Quit comparing yourself to other people, Cedric. Quit comparing yourself to other people. Fucking IG models. Everybody's a fucking fitness instructor. Like, you can't really tell. You probably can, but I used to be an athlete. I'm that guy now. I be talking to the kids, the girls at basketball practice. I used to, you know, like everybody's a fucking fitness instructor. I be looking at this motherfuckers on IG like, I need to do a sit up. I'm gonna do a sit up, a pull up, a jumping jack, and yeah, you know. And I compare myself and my success and how I'm doing to those motherfuckers, and you know, it's not real. The internet is not real. Nothing on there is real. This is a conversation. I need to get my wife on here, and I'm gonna do it by doing this. I'm gonna get a segment of videos that we see on the internet, and we're gonna be like, "Is this shit real?" Because nothing on the internet is real. Nothing on the internet is real. Like, oh my God, there's so many things where like, this is fake. This is fake. It's AI. That's AI, right? I don't know what Allen Iverson did to y'all, but he's out there. But I do want to wrap up by saying like, thanks for watching Mixed Signals. I wanna say, if you felt this, share it with somebody who probably going through something similar, you know, who just want to hear a person vent, to know that they're not alone, that this stress is not failure, right? This stress that we feeling of being responsible, taking care of business, this is not failure. Like I said, we in a place where we're trying to recover from a place that we've never been, guys. Like the entire world shut down. That was not even fathomable. You couldn't even have put that in my imagination, right? But that's a reality that we recovering from. And you know, two of my children, that's all they know. they post COVID babies. This is the world that they know, that they're growing up in. Like that's wild. But this feeling that we feel that I can't quite describe, it's not failure, right? We're figuring it out. We're finding our way through it, right? We're in this transition period. But I will say this: while everybody acting like they know, don't nobody really know. Trust your gut. Your body is smarter than you. Your instincts are smarter than you. Trust your gut. If something fell off, get the fuck out of there. You know what I mean? Trust your instincts. And when you are inspired to reach out to somebody or get some sort of inspired action, trust your gut. Take it. You know what I mean? Like, people say God don't talk to us no more because he ain't like burning bushes and shit like that. And whatever you believe, Christian, Hindu, Buddhist, Muslim, whatever, your higher power, they communicate with us regularly, you know, and we just gotta listen. We gotta be attuned. We gotta be available and ready and open to hear it. It could be one of y'all in the comments telling me, "Hey, take it easy on your son." You know, that's divine. You know, so be patient with yourself. Be patient with others. Be nice to others. Be nice to your friends. Be nice to your family. Be appreciative if you have friends that reach out. I'm that friend I never reach out, but when they do, it's all good. I need to be better at being the friend that reaches out. Um, but appreciate your lot. Be grateful for what you have. And I'm just a regular dude, you know. I'm just a regular dude in Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri. But I appreciate you guys. I really do. I appreciate this space. I appreciate the internet creating this space. I appreciate all the people that is commenting. You know, like people that I don't know are really watching these videos, and that means the world to me. I really do. You know, 80 something subscribers. Those 80 people, man. Pray hands. Pray hands. Pray hands. This is Mixed Signals. Talk to you guys.